Hi, I'm Victoria Ballou, and thank you for trusting your intuition and coming here in this moment to choose a stack of cards to hear the message your subconscious has for you, because that is the way that it works. When we trust our subconscious, we're able to bring deep-seated messages from our psyche into our conscious awareness. This helps us grow. This helps us manifest. And so I invite you to choose a stack of cards. Will it be underneath Vesta, my warrior priestess, or perhaps underneath this incredible fossilized shell, or perhaps it's underneath this quartz obelisk? Choose. Don't think about it too much. Go with your first impulse, because that's the one that is best for you. And while you are choosing, let me invite you to tune into our June issue of Astrologic Magazine, available only at astrologicmagazine.com. This is where the world's foremost astrologers and tarot experts and sound and energy healers come together and write articles every month. I'm very proud of this magazine, and if you enjoy what I do here, you'll really love Astrologic Magazine. All right, and before we begin, of course, I want to share with you my favorite quote by Albert Einstein, which is what I live by. And he said, "Everything is energy. That's all there is to it. Match the frequency of the reality you want, and you cannot help but get that reality. This is not philosophy. This is physics." And so, which stack of cards did you choose? We'll begin with the first stack, and we will scoot Vesta, my warrior priestess, over and take a look at the first card, which is your overview energy. This is your energy from a broad standpoint. Let's see what's going on. Okay, you have the Three of Swords. Here in the Thoth deck, it's called sorrow. And so I am sorry that you have this energy of sorrow, betrayal, sadness that is broad in your life right now. And it could be related to something small, or it could be something very large. But nevertheless, this is energy that's resonating with you. And we need to know how to deal with it, right? Because we all have sadness at some points in our lives, and it's really how we deal with the sadness that helps us move through it, learn from it, gain wisdom from it, right? So we're going to put this Three of Swords down and take a look at your second card, which is your challenge energy. As if that Three of Swords was not enough of a challenge, let's see what else the tarot, your subconscious, wants you to know. Right, okay, and so here's the Eight of Wands. It's called swiftness, and what this is representing is quickly moving energy, things that are moving fast, maybe a little bit too fast for you. What it also talks about is the potential for miscommunication here. And so I think we're getting a clearer picture of what's going on. Whatever this sadness is that you're dealing with definitely has come quickly, to maybe out of the blue for you, right? Out just suddenly, unexpected, unbidden, right? And now you're having to deal with it. And it could have come in the form of some sort of communication that was not, that you weren't expecting, or that was miscommunicated somehow, right? So all of this is tying in. But we do have the third card that we're going to take a look at, which is your course of action called for. And this is going to mitigate this situation. This is what the tarot, your subconscious, is telling you that you need to do, that you may be unaware of. So let's see what it is. Well, it's simple, but it's very powerful. It's the Two of Cups. It's called love. And when we are dealing with situations like this, when love is the answer, of course, love is the most powerful energy that in the universe. It's the most powerful way of dealing with any situation. It seems, again, simplistic, but it's true. Sometimes it just seems impossible, an impossible route to take, but it really is the one that needs to happen. This is a very direct message that is coming to you, that is saying, yes, you need to employ that amazing energy of love here to deal with this situation. And I know it's difficult. I know, especially if you're hurt in some way, if you're angry, things like that, energies like that are very difficult to deal with in terms of, okay, we're just going to love through this, right? But that's actually what needs to happen here. And if you can understand how to do that, if you can gain the wisdom, or maybe you already have the wisdom. I think that intuitively I get that you already have the wisdom. You just need to employ it, even though it would not have been your logical choice. This is the way you need to handle this, to deal with the sorrow, to deal with the betrayal, to deal with the sadness, is to love. And this could mean loving the other person who hurt you and recognizing that there is a way to love them in this situation. Or perhaps it's dealing with the love that you have for yourself and recognizing that there is love within yourself, that self-esteem, the self-respect, the gratitude that you have for yourself. That is also a potential way of handling this. But things that may have come across as just anger, frustration, the sadness, if you can find your way to convert that energy into true love, I mean, not faking it, but really being genuine with it, you will find your path, a very healthy path to move through this. And I hope that you do, because it really is the best way to go. And ultimately, you will recognize this if you do choose that route. All right, let's take a look at the second stack of cards. We will scoot the shell over on my Chartre Labyrinth and take a look at the first card, which is your overview. This is your energy from a broad standpoint right now. So let's take a look and see what's going on. How nice. You have the Princess of Discs. Something feels very new in your life right now. It's the potential, the promise of it. That's what the Queen of Discs is. That's what she symbolizes. In fact, if you see a close-up of this card, she's pregnant. So this could actually represent the physical situation of you being pregnant. If that is the case, then congratulations. And in a more metaphorical sense, this represents the beginning of some new sort of identity, new idea that's coming to you, new life that you're bringing forth. Again, this could be a figurative way of starting a new life, but something in that regard, whether it's small or very big in your life, is happening. So that's always exciting, right? But we always have a challenge, so we're going to look and see what is mitigating this situation. So let's take a look. Interesting. Here's the Priestess. And I would understand this to mean that, of course, the Priestess is about intuition, about seeing below the surface, about recognizing things that are not readily apparent in our conscious life. So being your challenge card, this is saying you're not recognizing something. So in this new identity that you're bringing forth, there's something subconsciously that you need to tune into, something that you need to recognize that is not readily apparent to you. So what is that? It's important enough that it's coming through in the tarot. It's important enough that you came here in this moment, and this is the message that's coming to you. So you may have to do something like sit in meditation, take a long walk where you just let your mind empty, of all of the pressing thoughts, and listen to that intuitive voice within you to find out what that message is, because this being your challenge card, there is something here for you to understand. And so that is the advice. And furthermore, we have the third card, the course of action, called for to see further what you can do to live in the highest potential of dealing with this. And what a card. It's the Empress. As if you didn't have enough of this fabulous female energy with the Princess of Discs and the Priestess, here's the Empress, right? Which is saying your course of action is to embrace abundance, embrace all of the richness that is around you, and be part of it. Resonate with the Empress energy is what this is saying. And so this new identity, whatever this is that is has either come into your life or is about to come into your life, dive deep into your intuition. Think about what it is that you need to know that's on a less than superficial level, a deeper level, because there's something there for you. And the way to approach it is indeed to embrace that inner Empress within you. Recognize the abundance around you. Recognize the abundance within you, because there's more to come from this situation. And it's going to result in something fabulous. These cards are amazing. This is some of the most powerful female energy that's coming through in the tarot, that's coming through subconsciously, wanting to be recognized consciously. So do tune into this, and how exciting for you. All right, let's take a look at the third stack of cards. The first card is your overview energy. This is where you are from a broad standpoint right now. Let's take a look and see what's going on. Okay, you have the Princess of Swords. This is saying you are in the position right now of wanting to gain clarity, of gaining clarity, and you're doing it in a rather unconventional way. You're following your own logic, which may not be what other people would do. Rather, you're being rebellious about this and doing it in your own style, but you are intent on finding the clarity that you're seeking. This is really a wonderful position that you're in, because this means you're finished with whatever it was that you felt like was obscured, and now you are going after getting to understand and see clearly where you are, and you're doing it in your own way. I of course love that. So you have some challenge energy here. We're going to take a look and see how this quest, how this journey is being challenged. Okay, so you have the Four of Wands, completion. It's called completion here in the Thoth deck. This is talking about wrapping things up or bringing things full circle. This, some people would have this nicknamed as the wedding card, so it could symbolize a wedding. But generally it just means that you're wrapping things up, bringing things to a conclusion. This being your challenge energy, though, this is saying that you're having difficulty doing that. And so maybe this is why you're seeking the clarity. Maybe this is why this Princess of Swords energy is coming forth for you, because you are having a difficult time closing something. And we all understand that. Sometimes when it's time to close a chapter, it's difficult because maybe it's not something we wanted to do, but we feel like we're being forced to. If that's the situation here, recognize that it is time to wrap it up. We do have the third card, your course of action called for. Let's see what is going on. Yeah, so it's the Seven of Discs. It's called failure. So we have a really clear picture now. This is saying that whatever you're wrapping up is making, you're feeling a sense of failure, that you did not accomplish the goal, the task, that you weren't able to complete what it was that you were trying to do, that you were not successful in something. And I'm sorry to see this for you, but we all have to deal with these things, and how we deal with them going forward makes all the difference in how we proceed in the individual journeys of our lives. And so this card is saying you need to turn loose of that sense of failure, the frustration, the anger, in really severe cases, this can just really be a bad place that you're in, and I hope that it's not. If it is, though, here's what you need to do, and I'm so glad you came to this episode today, and that is you need to take the first step away from that energy. It's futile, right? It's just not going to help you in the least. And you need to recognize that. You need to allow yourself to close that chapter, but do it in a healthy way. Recognize that there's something beyond that. There will be a new chapter that opens just as soon as you close this one. And it has the potential to be everything you want. When you put your mindset into that and recognize that, it gets very exciting for you, because there is something coming that can bring you what you're wanting, because you have reached the end of what the potential was for this chapter. So think about this and move through it with an energy of determination to do this in a healthy way, mentally, physically healthy way. Always don't rely on anything other than what you feel inside of you that is going to be good for you, really good for you, and take those steps, allowing yourself to wrap this up, gaining that clarity the way that you need to, and then taking the steps forward into the next chapter. Okay. Thank you guys for joining me. I always appreciate you tuning in. And if you have any questions or comments, please leave them for me. I always enjoy hearing from you. Thank you very much.